Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. When it comes to the issue of governance, security, and the well being of the people, it's not just the governor that will do all the main jobs, especially when it comes to the issue of insecurity. The people has a lot of role to play. And right now, as we speak, Anambra for weeks now have been a center of violence, so to speak. A lot of negatives are coming out from that particular state in that region. But as we speak, the people have decided to rise up, not just to defend their governor, but also to defend their source of livelihood and also themselves. But before we go into the news proper to find out what is going on in Anambra State, that is bringing a lot of surprises and shock, and the fact that the people have made up their mind that this is going to stop. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a brown notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, suspected cultists came with all manner of instruments, disrupting a meeting that was scheduled to be held between Anambra State Governor Professor Soludo and tricycle operators as at Thursday. It was gathered that the incident happened at Alex Ekweme Square in Awka. The tricycle operators had gathered to thank the governor for the bold step he took in stamping out touting and all forms of illegal revenue collections, as well as to notify him of the latest development in that sector since he announced the decision to stop touting in the state. It was gathered that the hoodlums also targeted a human rights activist by name Osita Obi, who had been at the forefront of the fight to rid the state of touts. It took the intervention of the police officers from the B Division Oka to rescue the 60-year-old activist. According to an eyewitness, the keke drivers were waiting patiently at the Ekweme Square for the arrival of their governor and to thank him for the bold step he took to stamp out touting and all forms of illegal revenue and revenue collections, as well as to intimate him with goings on in the field. Barely 1 month he took the decision to fight touting to a standstill in Anambra State. They had all assembled when suddenly 2 tricycles loaded with about 11 thugs and they invaded the venue, identified the said comrade Osita Obi and bounced on him. Beating him until the police operative from B Division Oka came just in time and rescued the activists from the hoodlums. The hoodlums were sent to disrupt the governor's interface with the keke drivers. Speaking with our correspondent in his hospital bed at the emergency unit of Chukwemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amako Oka, Obi said if not for the timely intervention of the police, he would have been a dead man by now. He said, and I quote, "We were patiently waiting for the governor's arrival when some armed young men descended on me and hit me with all kinds of instruments with the intention to bring me down because I was supporting the governor's decision to end all manners of illegal revenue collection, especially from keke drivers. We gathered at the Ekweme Square to thank the governor for removing tout and cultists from keke operations and also to give him feedback on what is happening in the field. So not long, one Collins Ozojofo alias Snoop came with some boys to attack me. They stole my phone, my eyeglasses, and stole the 50,000 I had on me. They beat me mercilessly. You can see my swollen face. I have pains all over me. Their mission was actually to kill me. Some of the keke drivers alerted the police public relations officer, who now called the DPO of the B Division, and they came there and rescued me and took all of us to the police headquarters. There at the police headquarters, while we were waiting for the commissioner to come and talk to us, I fainted. That was how I was rushed first to the government house clinic because I wanted the government to be aware of what we are doing. So the chief protocol officer directed that I should go to the Commissioner for Health, who also directed that I should come to the emergency unit here. He said the fight against illegal revenue collection was not Soludo's fight alone. He said citizens ought to support him with feedback. He therefore thanked the state government for taking care of his hospital bills, saying that he would continue to fight to ensure that revenue touts were completely eliminated from the state. Also speaking, a tricycle driver, Ude Chudubim, stated that they had cried to the government as well as the leadership of the state union over imposition of illegal levies on them to no avail, which he said resulted in the series of protests before the Soludo government. To tell you now, the people are beginning to rise. This is how we should do it. Begin to defend that which we believe is our right, that which we believe is ours. We are not begging it. It's not a favor. It's not a privilege. It's our right. And when we begin to rise up as a nation together to begin to correct these anomalies, Nigeria will be a great place for us all to live. The instruction was given: no more touting, illegal collection of levies. These guys kept on collecting. At some point, for how long will the police keep coming every time to keep protecting you? If they protect in Oka South, they can go to Oka North, or they protect in Onitsha main market. What about Opi Iweka? Will they be there to? How many police officers can take over the whole of or how many police officers are even in Anambra that they will not be able to take care of all the market spaces, so that these illegal tout guys cannot keep collecting money? So at some point, the people need to rise and defend themselves, which they have done. And this is the right step in the right direction. Yes, when there's always change, but especially positive change, it comes with pains, but eventually there will be a gain. And the gain is always transgenerational if we sustain it. Of course, Nigerians have been reacting to this. We're going to take like one or two comments and we'll wrap this up very quickly. This one here is saying, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Soludo vows to disrupt the norms of thuggery and organized crime in the state. Today they are UGM. Next week they are cultists. Next 2 weeks they are Fulani headsmen. One thing is certain: these are lazy youths hell-bent on frustrating hardworking people for flimsy excuses. This one here is saying, too bad Anambra shouldn't descend to the level of Owome that people. Which one is Owome that people? Which one is Owome that people? Please, if you know what Owome that people is, please meet in our comment section. Elaborate more on that. This one here is saying, about time Soludo the solution seek the assistance of the army, aka Python leader Burutai, to, I don't know what it means, Anambra State. Okay, but that's where we're going to wrap it up. A whole lot of comments are going on here. Some are already fully in support of what Soludo is saying. Some others are already saying he should tread carefully for his security. Never mind about this issue of security for Soludo. All security personnel are already on him. No harm will come his way. It's just that such changes come with a price. Let's visit our comment section. What's your take? Do have a nice time. God bless you.